So a very solid thing to observe in order to know if your compositional technique is solid. And if your to know if your mindset as a composer is solid. We know that you have to master development and contrast as a composer. But you are a solid composer with the best mindset when you're able to insert sections of development or sections of contrast due to the necessity that you perceive in your musical piece from the point of view of the overall form. You don't lie to yourself regarding musical form. And this sucks. This sucks. Even important composers, you find musical form is the last is the do you know is the final boss. Musical form is the final boss. And when you're able to take your draft, for your piano draft, for example, for your orchestration, or already your orchestral music, and you are be able to delete 10 bars or insert 10 bars just for motivic development because you felt that it was really needing this, then you are a solid composer. Or when you avoid the development and you have the courage to interrupt the monotony with a new theme that has nothing to do with what you was doing, then you have a solid technique. And if you, and this is also true for film composers, because you're still composing music. The people who write for film, they write with the same English grammar as they are writing poetry. So the grammar doesn't change so much. And this is the final boss. And the final boss is already in your early stages of development as a composer. You can postpone this or not. Your mother will not hit in your face and to say that here it is missing 2 bars and there it is missing 10 bars of motivic development. But you know when you fool yourself, when you jump through the things. Okay. I have the situation now. I was already going to a new a new idea, but very fragmentary idea. But then I observed this again, and I felt, no shit. I had to repeat a previous motif again. Now, like in alternation with a contrastant idea. So it's like a fast section. So you have one idea and then one new idea, and then the third. And now, instead of another new idea, I repeat this one. Just because it has to be, do you understand? And And when you want to have a solid technique, you will have to decide if you will lie to yourself and go for the easy way or not. I could also just jump and cut off and go to what was actually the draft, and so it would be a situation where I have one idea, the next idea, and the third and the fourth, and that's good. It's a development section anyway. But to repeat one of these is way more interesting, and this gives a lot of work now to do to insert this thing. And I find this reflection fascinating because I think it hits the core of the difference between um, average composers, like, okay, it sounds okay, and the musical composition that starts to hit you in another level. And I think this is the task of classical music or the contemporary music in the classical tradition. Okay, so the task is to face the final boss, and the final boss is really musical form and motivic development. Of course, we have still the question of the avant-garde and the question of music that is more based on texture, the question of impressionism. Understand this, where motivic development is not the thing. But later I will tell you how even such things, they are based on these core ideas that found the climax in the music of Beethoven.